All right, Coach, just talk about you've had some success in the first two meets. Just kind of touch on some of the highlights for the ladies and the men. And, David Nelson won two meets right out of the gate in Julia Ford. Just kind of touch on all that.
Sure, no problem. Well, we started the season that we hosted the first meet of the year down at Oxford Lake, and we had a pretty good turnout for that meet. Unfortunately, swine flu took a couple of our entries out, but everybody's dealing with that thing now. But no, we're running competitively. Our men, we unfortunately only have 5 guys this year, and that makes it tough. Everybody's got to finish. And Norman Stiegler came back from summer basic training and just not in good shape at all. I mean, he's way behind where he was last year. He's got time to get in shape. Is he going to be where he was last year? Probably not this year. And we got a transfer from Western Kentucky in Bethel Kiplagat. He's very tough, but he's been injured here lately. He's got an IT band injury that's sort of giving him problems. And first meet of the year, he ran great. I mean, he's right on George, which is exactly where he wanted him to be, because they're both behind David a little bit. But this last meet, Josh Holsey was our number 4 man, and he beat Bethel. I think Bethel just struggled with the 8K distance. But George has been his typical solid self all season long. And he should be all conference again this year. And of course, there's David, he beat George by over a minute last meet, and that's saying something. If you can beat George Kiplagat by a minute, you're pretty stout. And he'll get his first real test this coming weekend at Vanderbilt. I'll talk a little more about that in a moment. But on the girls' side, we've got 2 very good freshmen in Ashley Stovall from over here in Douglasville and Erica Stam from Keller, Texas. And they've each been our number 1 runner in the 2 races we've had. Ashley was the top runner at our home meet, and Erica turned the tables and was the top runner at the second meet. And then Veronica Sitterag, this is her second year of cross country. She's our 3rd runner right now, followed by Kaylee Jensen and/or Danielle Flore. They go back and forth. Kara Brenner is typically going to be our 5th runner at this time. Surprisingly, Latasha Sturkey, our 400 hurdle girl, was our 5th runner at UAH. Kara Brenner's got a little Achilles tendon problem. Just these kids are all doing a lot more training than they ever did in high school, for the most part. I mean, David probably is the most solid as far as training background. Of course, George is a junior now and been under me for 3 years, and Josh and Norman as well. But these little girls they're struggling a little bit, but they're running good. I mean, I'm not upset at all with the way we're performing. We don't have a OVC championship team. I think that's going to be Murray State and/or Eastern Kentucky on the women's side, and of course it's going to be Eastern Kentucky on the men's side. I think their top 5 guys are all Kenyan kids, and I mean they're tough. They're very tough. But this weekend at Vanderbilt, it's going to be 21 women's team and 19 guys team. We won't see this kind of field until the regional meet. I mean this every school in our conference, with the exception of Eastern Kentucky men, are going to be there. So the reason that all these teams are showing up, this is the same course that we're going to run in conference. October 31st, we'll be back on this course. So everybody wants to come look it over and see what it's like and what to expect with their kids a month from now. But it should be interesting. I'm just looking at the entries, with the 21 women's team and 19 guys. We're probably looking at mid-pack for both of them. I know there's certain teams on there we can definitely beat, but there's certain teams that are going to beat us. And again, we've got a senior girl who transferred in here last year from a community college, Danielle Flore. Other than her, I mean, Yana has 2 years experience, and these other kids are all freshmen, so very, very young on the women's side. I don't expect them to run up there with the Murray States and the EKU gals. If they can get close, if they can keep them in sight, we're going to be doing something. But then on the guys' side, it's just like I was 2 years ago with the girls when we had 5 girls. You just hold your breath every meet, because one of them doesn't finish, we don't score as a team. And if need be throughout the regular season, if I have to hold Bethel out or one of the other guys comes down, we'll do it, because we got to have them at conference. That's when it counts most.
Just touch real again on David. 2 wins. He got runner of the week this week, and he was a minute ahead of the guy behind him at the UH meet. Just talk about the pace he's been keeping.
Okay, sure. Well, this is the 3rd year that I've taken teams to to UAH in my 5-year span here, and I've never seen anybody run that fast on the course. I'm talking Joseph Apelwaru, Ryan McKay, all these guys were, first or second, second or third in the conference meet, so they never touched that time. In fact, the kid that he beat by 57 seconds Saturday was a Division II All-American. So, he's running great. I just hope he can keep it up. He came over here from Sweden in great shape, but hopefully he'll, not peter out here on us, but he's doing well. And I look for David to probably finish top 3, 4 in the conference right now. Who knows, maybe he'll win it, because like I said, he hasn't been pushed. He ran 14:35 first meet of the season for a 5K. It's pancake flat, but 14:35 was 14:35. That's fast.
On a muddy course.
Yeah, a little course, a little dicey that day, but and I'm sure he could run faster, because he was looking over his shoulder 2 or 3 times, and then turning it around this past weekend, he came by the 3-mile mark in under 15 up there on a tough course. He ran 14:57 at 3, and I'm like, this is unbelievable. I can't believe the guy's running this daggum fast on this course. And he didn't die. He kept the same pace for the next 2 miles. But very deserving of his all OVC as Runner of the Week award, and it probably won't be the last time he gets it.
Okay. Well, thanks, Coach.
You bet.